Premier League Ipswich Town vs Manchester City prediction, team news, lineups preview. 2 days on from tying striking sensation Erling Haaland down to an unprecedented new contract, Manchester City have some Premier League mistakes to rectify away to Ipswich Town on Sunday afternoon. The reigning champions let a 2-0 lead slip in a frenetic 2-2 draw with Brentford in midweek. But the Tractor Boys could not emulate the Bees' comeback in their home defeat to Brighton Hove Albion. Match preview. With 3 straight wins under their belt before visiting a Brentford side who had just been knocked out of the FA Cup at home to Plymouth Argyle, a resurgent Man City could have been forgiven for arriving at the GTEC Community Stadium with unbridled optimism. The travelling faithful would seemingly enjoy a stress-free final 10 minutes after a second-half brace from Phil Foden. But Jon Wissa quickly cut the deficit in half, before Bees captain Christian Norgard rose highest to head home an incredible leveller for Thomas Frank's men. It was not quite a Feyenoord-esque collapse from Pep Guardiola's side, but a chastening one nonetheless, as they missed the chance to move level on points with faltering Chelsea in the Premier League table and are 3 points off Newcastle United in the final Champions League position. However, a 5-game unbeaten run still represents an improvement on their atrocious autumnal period, and Citizens supporters should have been bouncing into work on Friday morning, when the club announced an extraordinary new 9.5-year contract for history-making Haaland. After committing to the reigning champions until just before his 34th birthday, Haaland now hopes to replicate his hat-trick from City's 4-1 battering of Ipswich earlier in the campaign, which would make him just the second Premier League player to score trebles home and away against one team in a single season after Emmanuel Adebayor. Sticking with the theme of City attackers past and present, erstwhile Sky Blue striker Liam Delap has intentions of spoiling the Haaland contract party on Sunday. But the 21-year-old was powerless to prevent Kieran McKenna's men from being slain by the Seagulls. As was the case in City's draw with Brentford, Brighton also took until the second half to make their attacking forays count through Kaoru Mitoma and Jorginho Rutter, but Ipswich could not pull off a Bees-esque turnaround in the short time that remained. Thursday's setback was a harsh reality check for McKenna's side, who had previously strung together a 3-game unbeaten run in all competitions, including a memorable home success over Chelsea, but defeat in midweek leaves them in the relegation zone on goals scored. Unsurprisingly, the Tractor Boys seldom have things go their way when facing the reigning champions of England either, as they have lost 5 and drawn 1 of their last 6 Premier League games against beholders since stunning Manchester United 3-2 in the 1994-95 season. That same campaign coincidentally represents the last time that Man City did the double over Ipswich, who have come up trumps in each of their last 4 home games against the Citizens. But the most recent showdown in that sequence came all the way back in 2001. Team news. To the surprise of few, want-away Citizens right-back Kyle Walker was not involved in the Brentford draw after communicating his desire to leave. He is seemingly no closer to securing a move abroad, but is unlikely to make an appearance at Portman Road. The same goes for injured trio Rodri ACL, Oscar Bob leg and Ruben Dias calf. While John Stones' foot is on the verge of a comeback, but Guardiola is expected to err on the side of caution with the centre-back given his recent history of issues, as was the case in the FA Cup pummeling of Salford City. Guardiola intriguingly sided with Matheus Nunes at right-back in place of Walker, but rotation might be necessary before the Citizens meet Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League next Wednesday. The expected arrivals of Omar Marmush and Abdulkadir Kuzanov will ease the burden on City's regular starters soon, but neither is expected to seal their move in time for the weekend. From City future to City present, technically Calvin Phillips cannot play against his parent club this weekend, so McKenna should introduce Sam Morsy back into midfield alongside Jens Kajust. Phillips joins Connor Chaplin knee, Chidozie Ogbene Achilles, Axel Tuanzebe thigh and Sammy Smodik's ankle on the sidelines, but Amari Hutchinson made an unexpectedly quick return from a groin issue in midweek. The Tractor Boys have also reinforced their attacking line with the addition of Jayden Philogene from Aston Villa on a permanent deal, and a debut for the 22-year-old on Sunday is not beyond the realm of possibility. Ipswich Town possible starting lineup: Walton, Wolfenden, Godfrey, Greaves, O'Shea, Kajust, Morsy, Davis, Hutchinson, Deleb, Philogene. Manchester City possible starting lineup: Ortega, Lewis, Akanji, Ake, Guardiola, Kovacic, Gundogan, Foden, De Bruyne, Doku, Holland. We say Ipswich Town 0-2 Manchester City. Do not be surprised to see Ipswich switch to a back five for Sunday's game. Such an approach very nearly paid dividends against Arsenal in December, and City might also shuffle the pack ahead of a crucial Champions League fixture. However, Guardiola's men will undoubtedly break through eventually, and as McKenna's men go in search of the leveller, space should open up for the champions to exploit as they quickly return to triumphant ways. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.